Hi, I am Amir from Eternal Jerusalem. Today, this video I'm taking from a very special place. This tree, supposedly, was a tree that Jesus himself actually sat underneath and enjoyed the shadow. Not only this tree, there are several other trees around here. I am now very close to the church of Gethsemane. This church is very important because not only that Jesus used to spend time here, and some of the trees here are dated over 2,000 years, which means that he probably, we assume, he probably enjoyed the shadow, maybe even of this specific tree. But he was also betrayed here. This is where the Romans arrested him. In fact, if you'll take a look, behind me, do you see the window? Right underneath, there's a stone. They say that this is the stone where Jesus actually prayed on for the last time, before he was betrayed. Now, some of the stone is in the outside, the outer walls of the church, and some from the inside. Now, as Christians, you probably know the history of this church better than me. There was a lot of debates whether this is the right position of the church, or maybe it was a bit further away. Where is the place what we call the Church of Agony, and where is the place where he was actually arrested? You know, let's not I'm Jewish, so I won't go there. But what everybody do agree on are two things. First of all, in this garden, Jesus actually walked. It's a place he visited a lot. It's very close to the Mount of Olives. Right behind us, you can see the walls of Jerusalem, and the Mount of Olives is right over there, walking distance. So everybody agrees that somewhere here is where Jesus was prayed for the last time and betrayed and arrested. The other thing that most people agree on is that it's a lovely garden. Beautiful trees, some of them very, very old. In fact, some of these trees have been tested, and not only that they are over 2,000 years old, the amazing thing is that they're actually dead. Most of the trees here, the trunks are finished. They have been dead for centuries. And still they give a lot of olives, and they bloom, they have new leaves. It's a magical place. I don't think that this is the only place in the world where this is happening, but it is kind of makes you curious. I mean, it's not very common to see dead trees giving fruit. So this is a very special place, and the reason we are here today is that we are about to take some of the leaves of these trees, the trees that Jesus actually sat beneath before he was arrested. Look how close it is. This is the garden. Now, they didn't move the garden. This is the original garden. You see, these trees are centuries old. And this is the stone where Jesus prayed for the last time, before he was arrested, of course. So now, we'll take a few olives. We won't pick them out of the trees, because that would be disrespectful. What we do is we look around at the ground, at the older trees. These are kind of new, so they are less interesting for us, but this one specifically was dated to be many centuries old. We will take some of the leaves around it. We will put them inside our own anointing oil bottles, and we believe that this is a very, very special gesture for our Christian friends. To have a piece of history, a piece of Jerusalem inside your own bottle. I think it's a great symbolic act. So let's do it. Basically, what I'm doing now is, you see, we pick olive leaves from these ancient trees. Not just this one, there's several other ancient trees. This is one of the oldest. And we're going to put them inside our anointing oil mixture. You know, it's a very, very powerful symbolic act. Also, we're going to take some of the earth underneath this tree, and we'll put it in other kind of bottles, so everyone can have a piece of Jerusalem, or a piece of Jesus, if you will, inside. Now, you see, a lot of people put notes here with requests. I think mostly Catholic do that. I'm not sure. But if you're interested that to put your own prayer inside this tree, you're very welcome to write to us, contact us through our website, eternaljerusalem.com. Make a request for a note in this tree or another tree, and we will be most happy to do that for you. So I'm going to pick some leaves off the ground, of course off the ground, not the tree itself. These trees should be respected, and see you in a minute. You know, talk about a place that is holy for everyone. I mean, everyone. You can see just every possible kind of religion and specific faith. There's Catholics here, Protestants.
I've never really understood the thing inside
The Greek church is very dominant in Jerusalem in general. Look at so many people, so many believers from all over the world come here to this very, very small place. You know, when you think about it, Jesus has so much impact on so many people around the world, billions. And he was only one man. And think of how he started his life. In a palace? No, he did not. He had a very, very humble beginning. And it just goes to show you that you can never tell. It's not about your clothes or your house or your car, it's about your belief. You know, I feel privileged to be able to bring all this special, you know, spirituality right to your doorstep. All you need to do is open your phone and you can experience the Jerusalem experience. It's a great honor for me. What do you think? Is it a great honor for you too?
Yeah.
To be in Jerusalem?
Yeah,
Where are you from?
I'm from Italy.
You're from Italy?
Yeah.
Ah, this church is mostly Italian.
I know.
Yeah.
An Italian built it.
You've been inside?
Yeah, I've been there yesterday.
Oh.
It's the second time I came here.
Second time in Jerusalem or the second time here?
In the garden.
In the garden.
My first time in Jerusalem.
And tell me, if I may ask, what do you feel? May I sit down with you
Yeah.
and ask you a question? It's for Christian Americans.
Ah, okay.
These are, hi, what's your
Hi.
name?
Marcello.
Marcello?
Nice to meet you.
I'm Amir, I'm Israeli, I'm from Israel.
Okay.
I'm Jewish. So tell me, Marcello, what do you feel when you are, you know, strolling in a garden where Jesus probably used to?
It's very relaxing. You can think about your problem. You can think about what has happened in your life. And you can imagine Jesus working here. So it's a very particular place. It's very beautiful to stay here.
Yes?
Yeah.
Well, I won't ruin your meditation.
Thanks.
Nice to
Good
meet
days.
you. Have a nice time in
Thanks.
Jerusalem and Israel.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye. It does make you feel like you're a part of something bigger, you know, when you are in Israeli. So many people come here, so many people love this place. It is very special. You know, I've been here only, I think, 2 months ago with my family, with my kids, and they played, you know, ran up and down this rock, laughing, you know, enjoying themselves like it was some kind of a playground somewhere. And this is actually where Jesus was betrayed. The Romans got him on this specific rock. You know, today the whole place is renovated and there's a lot of debates whether it was specifically here or a few meters away. Maybe it was inside the church itself. There's a lot of arguments about it, but either way, it was roughly around here. This is some of the most unique things about Jerusalem. You know, everywhere you go, there's something unique, something special, something holy, something historical, something that you can, you know, as a believer, you can really grab on and feel the faith becoming more powerful, more meaningful for you, more emotional for you. But when you live here, it's casual, you know, it's everywhere. This is where we live. It's like that. You know, when I go to the shop to buy some milk, that's roughly where, you know, Reuben or King David or even Jesus himself used to go. The exact same route. Maybe he didn't go to the, you know, the convenience store, but, you know, maybe he did. Let's see more things out of Gethsemane's church. You know, if you want to learn more about Gethsemane and the olive trees where Jesus used to sit next to, personally, I would recommend watching CBN. They have some wonderful content and you can really learn more. Personally, I have a lot of their content, their videos in my website. You are very welcome to come to my website or their channel and learn more about Israel. CBN are some of the most impressive and accurate reporters of what is really going on in Israel and Jerusalem. I recommend them with all my heart. Well, that was my visit in the Gethsemane church, and time to move on. Let's see what else Jerusalem has to offer.